Parties Podcast, WATP.
It is with a heavy heart that we share that we have lost one of our own. Lisa Boswell has passed away. She was 68 years old. Helga Mann announced this yesterday and has reportedly changed her Facebook status to feeling sad.
Oh, I would love to discuss Helga Mann's Facebook status, Adam. In fact, let's start here. This is how I was able to confirm that Helga was going to, or that this actually happened yesterday afternoon when someone tweeted it at me. I went directly to Facebook. And if you notice, Helga started off with Lisa spelled wrong, 2 A's. Boswell passed away at about 7 this morning from complications from UTI. She was almost 69. I will miss that cantankerous, stubborn woman. We worked together on that reality show from 2018 to last December. We did 2 specials on John Hikes Presents on YouTube. We were going to do a show today if she felt up for it. Sure you were.
Fucking UTIs, man.
Wash them, ladies.
Please.
So the only advice I have to say. But here's what upset me, guys, and I'm sorry to be this person.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. 1 hour later, she's posting memes about Trump. Not even an hour.
Our own way.
55 minutes after announcing the death of her longtime roommate and co-host. It's back to bashing Trump. Today, not a mention, more memes, nothing. I am absolutely floored and disappointed.
Give it up for her work ethic, though, you know?
Yeah, that is true. Tell me about Lisa's drumming.
So what she told me when I had the chance to talk to her, because I was a guest on that reality show, the episode's been scrubbed from the internet. They, God forbid, they have backups of what they did before that channel got blown up.
Right.
She told me that she was a very good drummer and she was a studio drummer for Columbia Records. And she eventually ended up on the touring band for Eddie Money. So she quit the band or got fired when they were going to go to Europe because she liked weed too much and was too worried to be traveling with it in Europe. So he quit the band. That's the story I got.
Yeah, you don't hear about a lot of musicians that like weed and figure out how to make it a part of their life.
Well, I'll tell you what the point she pointed out to me was that Eddie Money used to be a cop.
Really?
Yeah, he was Eddie Mahoney was his name, and he was a police officer. Swear to God. I looked it up after.
Said, I agree.
Yeah, he used to be a police officer, and he was really anti-weed, and so she had to like act right, and she didn't feel comfortable traveling across the world with the guy who's going to be such a stickler.
I don't know.
Are you sure that wasn't like the pilot sitcom that he was pitching when the music stopped working?
Yeah.
Me and this corpse are going to Europe.
Money Patrol.
We're calling it 2 Tickets to Paradise. Me and...
Well, she had on her bio that she was a member of the Wrecking Crew.
Yeah, I don't know if that's true.
That can't be true. There's a documentary on...
Listen,
and then
her bio is completely insane. The stuff that they have posted about her is that she won a gold record for Take Me Home Tonight with Eddie Money. She was in the touring band. And then it says she has a BA in journalism from the University of North Carolina. I don't buy that either.
I think you're right.
And also...
Helga's... Yeah, no.
No, I'm not even done. Media personality in the Southeast, it says. Don't know what that means. First shock jock.
No fact checking.
Recovering lifer in prison. That part is true, and I can confirm that. I found all about what Lisa Boswell did to get her prison sentence. But I really don't want to start off with that. Is it all right if we just kind of remember Lisa today, guys? Is that cool?
I would like that.
I would like that too, because, you know, there's so many things about her that made her wonderful.
What I want to know is if Helga Mann really played 12-string guitar with the Grateful Dead?
No.
Who didn't?
Of course not.
Fact checkable. We can find that out.
We're going to. Hold on. So this is the first time I ever laid eyes on Lisa and Helga when we covered them on WATP. This was my assignment, Adam. This is from the very first episode I watched. And folks, from that moment, I could not look away at what was happening.
Well, it's Monday and it's fucking tax day.
Oh, yeah.
It's the deadline for us to file our taxes. And guess what? This is the 5th year that I haven't filed. I The simple say, keep it. We need our mics.
For yourself, okay?
Basically, we just say, keep it. We pay money into the system.
I have not filed my taxes in 20 years. It's been since I've been in prison. It's been 25
It's not worth the stress, sweat, and hassle when you're a senior citizen on a fixed income.
How fixed is it?
I have never in my life seen someone admit to being a tax cheat in the first 30 seconds of their show. And Lisa was the second she chimed in, I was sitting there waiting to find out what this person's voice was going to sound like. And then just out of nowhere, I pay taxes in 25 years.
I love it.
Incredible.
Helga brings it up, and immediately you're thinking, wow, they don't look like they'd be sticklers for paying taxes. And then, of course, we get the rest.
Yeah. So I'm watching this show, Adam, and I am mesmerized. Not even kidding you. This is the next clip that really caught my attention because it seems like when you start to watch the relationship here on the show that we all fell in love with, they were always in two separate worlds.
In my line of work, the various things I do, I get to know a lot of people. I got to know a lot of people. And a lot of them were dependent on me because if they had an expensive foreign car, guess who was doing half the maintenance on it? Just
Lisa.
I'll tell you. There's no way. Because if you're on trial for something, and you have people that are
just for chronology's sake, is this Lisa now?
This is Lisa in last April 2024.
Okay. So it's older.
Yep, just a little bit older. This is where we first met her, just last spring. Like, it was literally a year.
Wow.
The rise and fall of Lisa and Helga. But this is really interesting here.
crime, you're fucked. You are fucked.
Yeah, we missed the cue on that. Sorry, guys.
You're fucked. You are fucked.
She's right.
Witnesses to that crime, you're fucked. You are fucked.
Yeah, what she's pointing out is if somebody comes and testifies and says they saw you do something, you're fucked. So now I'm completely enthralled by these two. I want to know more. You know what I mean? You ever go down that hole where they're just giving you, this is like the best type of television show where they're like reverse engineering the storyline to you. Right? So here's more of it.
Well, when I was in court, when I had my trial in 1999, you know, that's the last time I saw my sons and my wife.
In court.
No, yeah, in 1999.
In court.
25 years ago.
Yeah. She told them you were dead. Nice lady.
There's so much humanity here. Like, it's amazing.
Manatee.
Well, Helga's telling her the sad story. Lisa told it and then completely forgot it. If you watch her face, she's like living this sad memory of seeing her sons for the last time. And then immediately it just turns into, my face itches.
Right.
It's incredible.
It could have gone on for hours, but.
What's the opposite of chemistry?
This.
That reality show with Helga Mann and Lisa Boswell.
They have no ability to go back and forth with each other at all. It's like a rule. I can't acknowledge what you just said. And I'm having a hard time understanding that she's not dead right now in this video. Right. Yeah. All I can see is that poltergeist God is in his holy temple guy with the hat on every time I look at her.
Well, I love the way Dick Masterson described it at the Las Vegas show when he saw her for the first time. He was like, it's Fire Marshal Bill. Yeah. Like, it's really, it's a really unfortunate delivery.
I noticed early on that, look, it's a deep pull, but Neil from The Young Ones, the hippie.
Okay.
There's a lot of that going on.
All right. So, how do I put this? In this clip, all my stuff's hidden. I want someone to FOIA the information from this trial. I am so fascinated.
Yes. Well, I got up there. He died in a compromising position.
I got up there and I said, well, You just wait. I'm gonna testify. I'm gonna let them hear from me. Big mistake. Big mistake.
You shouldn't have gone on the stand in your own defense. They tore you to pieces.
Would you like to know what she did?
Sure.
Because this is what she talked about. She talked about, this trial. She saw her kids for the last time. People came and testified against her. She was fucked. And the only reason that she went to jail is because they had nothing. But then when they went to trial, all the evidence came out. It's completely bonkers. She got busted from going around and stealing women's clothing from their houses during the day while they were home.
And then giving them to homeless women that needed them?
No. She stashed them all at this house a county over. That was like an abandoned house. And she was going there after she would steal stuff. What she would do is she would steal like women's clothes, their underwear, makeup, perfume, put it into a pillowcase, leave with it, take it to this house, and was like setting up a dressing room or something. I don't know what, Lisa was up to at that point.
Best case scenario, that's what she's doing.
So
that could go in a lot of different directions.
They actually gave her a nickname in the press. They called her the pillowcase bandit. Pillowcase bandit.
That is dark.
Well, I host the Creep Off, Adam. So here's what happened next. They get a tip that someone's going in and out of this house, and they go over there and they look in the windows and they see all this women's clothes. They know there's a big situation. All the clothes are missing. So they set a cop outside waiting. And I actually have pulled the information from the indictment on what happened. Wow. At approximately 10:30 p.m. on August 25th, 2001, was in 1999, a man drove up to an abandoned house. The lieutenant observed the man, who was later identified as Boswell, stop the vehicle and turn all the lights off except for the interior light. As the lieutenant approached the vehicle, he saw Boswell bringing different items out of the vehicle and chucking them into the woods. When he turned his flashlight on Boswell, Lieutenant Dukes observed Boswell with his pants down around his ankles. He had something in his hand wrapped around his penis, and he was using that to pleasure himself. He was throwing things out of the vehicle into the hedges and also onto the ground. The lieutenant identified himself as a police officer. Boswell ignored the command, continued his activity.
I'm almost done.
And kept reaching into the vehicle to throw out items, including a knife and a crowbar.
Oh.
Right in front of the cops, still whacking it and everything. As a result, the officers threw Boswell to the ground, handcuffed him, and placed him in investigative detention.
While laughing their asses off.
I
can see why she would warn against witnesses.
Yeah, they had no evidence on me except for a house full of evidence on me. Like, that you drove to. You were throwing out stuff. I actually have an audio recording of the cops on the scene when they first saw Lisa get out of the car.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Unfortunately, now, this is a lot of burglaries. What she was charged with was burglary in the first degree, which is a felony in that part of North Carolina, and she was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole for that.
Wow.
So the part of her saying she was a lifer is absolutely true. She went to prison. It was going to be there forever. But while she was in prison, she started transitioning. I guess people started paying attention, and a lawyer got involved. And they discovered that the cops that arrested her were from a different county and didn't have a proper warrant to arrest her at all. So the verdict was rescinded, and she was remanded to her own custody, and she was free.
That's incredible, because she definitely did it.
Yes.
Proudly.
Caught red-handed, actually, I believe is the term. So let's go back to a little bit more of the Lisa that we love, if that's all right. I don't want to hark on those things. They're a lot of fun. They did a lot of good-natured ribbing with each other, and that's one of the things I like about them. Not afraid to give each other shit.
I'm Helga Mann.
I'm Lisa Boswell.
Welcome to Trainwreck TV, on with the show God Help You. By the way, we've been having complaints about all the prison talk.
Oh, wait. I apologize. This is her. This is Lisa taking criticism well.
Can we let the prison talk go for a while? The only president talk we need to talk about is where hopefully Mr. Donald Trump goes.
Who complained?
A couple people. The comments.
Oh, really?
You haven't been following the comments.
Excuse me, I didn't mean to go there, but that was part of my life.
I know. Part of your reality.
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
Yeah. That is the Lisa we love.
Yeah. Yeah.
The violent one.
Today, all I did, Carl sent me a link to this old page that had all sorts of old episodes, and I'm going to be watching them forever because I really did love watching these two interact with each other. It is so fascinating. Some people could watch Aaron Imholt. I don't give a fuck. I could watch this for hours. Now, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, it's worth noting that Helga waited until the next show to tell her about this while they were on camera, because I think this was the safest place to do it. And that hit that she got was like, again, best case scenario for how that would go down. She didn't mention that at all up until they were recording again, because she doesn't like to hear it.
Would you like to hear what they got into, that episode that people were complaining about?
Yes, I would.
I was told by the warden at McCormick Correctional Institute that you are one of the 10 worst convicts in prison. Me?
Why would they say that?
Probably.
That's because I pulled Freddie's eyes out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, that wasn't very nice.
Well, he pissed me off. He shot me in the shoulder with a nail gun. A nail gun. And you've never felt anything like a nail gun when it goes into your shoulder because it burns. It hurts.
Yeah.
Helga's underwhelmed.
And I had to go in here. I think it was Jefferson Radiology. I had to get an x-ray to see if it was still, any of the particles were still there. And they said no. They said
that's right. You had to have an MRI.
it might have dissolved.
Yeah, he had an MRI. Yeah, you have to make sure.
But they saw it and they said, God, what happened there? I said, I got shot in the shoulder with a nail gun.
It's the sunny. It's the sunny optimism for me from her. Like, she's going through this intense story that's like, and I said they shot me in the shoulder with the nail gun.
Right.
Can you believe it?
The same tone as I like pizza.
Yes. Yes, everybody in the chat, Lisa passed away yesterday. And who knew she spelled her name with 2 S's or 2 A's. Here's another fun one. This is where Lisa would just ground Helga because Helga's fucking creepy and says creepy shit. Watch Lisa deal with her. It's great.
You know something? I am
very
not going to repost that.
No, we're not going to post. We're not going to post on social media because we don't want to give that man any more air than we absolutely have to. In fact, what I'd like to do is take a plastic bag, put it on a pillow, sneak up to him when he's sleeping, put it across his face until he stops thrashing.
Could just say smother, but yeah.
I think that's illegal.
Well played, Lisa.
Law-abiding Lisa.
I would like to sneak into someone's room and smother them in their sleep until they stop thrashing. I think that's illegal. She's perfect. She's absolutely perfect. I like this next clip because it looks like they just came back from sleepaway camp.
Whoa.
I labeled this. This is the clip today that somebody walked into my office and said, "What the fuck are you watching?" because I was laughing so hard. This is it for me. Good-natured ribbon.
How come it takes you a half hour to say anything, Helga? Anything at all takes a half hour.
I'm a long-form comic.
You're very long
Look
form.
at Garrison Keillor, Lewis Black, those kinds of guys.
Yeah, especially Lewis Black and Garrison Keillor because they're nothing like you.
No,
Wait for it.
When I'm
They're funny.
Mic drop. Bam.
Awesome.
Lisa. Oh, man.
We're going to miss you.
She's so wonderful, everybody. They just are so interesting to me. Check this one out.
She just has this toxic attitude about her. That
He's talking about his ex-wife.
and she's afraid of change. And she couldn't move out of the neighborhood. We had to buy a
That's
house
the
in
reason
this
she hadn't
neighborhood.
changed her underwear in 10 years. Gross.
Actually,
4 years.
I used to wash it, so I know she changes it every day.
Ooh, you washed it?
But now she hasn't worn actual underwear now for about
Diapers. I'm sorry, diapers.
yeah, she hasn't worn actual underwear for about 10 years.
He's just doxed his ex.
She leaks.
I love it. I love it. It's that reality show with Helga's reality.
Oh man,
I love her so much. I'm so sorry she's gone.
no.
Yeah.
I am
It's
so
like if Jim
sorry.
Carrey played Garth from Wayne's World.
Skull.
They said the show is based on Wayne's World, so you might be right.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. This clip right here, folks, I want everybody to know that this is how I'm going to memorialize Lisa Boswell personally. This is the best intro I've ever heard and will now be incorporated into the opening of every episode of The Creep Off in her honor, in her memory. Holy shit, is this great.
Welcome to Friday Slumber Party on That Reality Show. And today, if you're a kid, don't get on here, okay? See, that's how you do a disclaimer, okay? You tell the kids to get out the fuck off the damn page.
She's the greatest. She's a beautiful angel.
Oh god.
So much love.
And this is one of the last sign-offs I could have found from her. So I just wanted to share it because it's kind of sweet. And it made me think it's a nice memory.
Anyway,
Seriously, though, we love you. We'll see you tomorrow. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. And there's your dose of reality today. The dose of reality today is
yep, smoke them if you got them. We love you. Bye-bye.
Beautiful.
There she goes. This sweet angel. I would like to thank All Apologies Podcast for posting this earlier. And I would like to thank ChatGPT for making that marijuana leaf cover her penis. That's what she would have
Yes,
wanted.
thank you.
That's what she would have wanted.
Who are these podcasts?